This training session is going to orient you to signing in and using the Zoom Cloud Meeting application. When you receive an mail from your host or meeting coordinator, who is the person scheduling the meeting, and you click on the link to join the meeting, this is the screen that you should see. Click on Join a Meeting. This is the next screen you will see. The top box directs you to enter a meeting ID or personal link name. If you received a meeting ID, then you must use the meeting ID. You also have the opportunity to enter your name. If the account name on the computer you're using is different from your real name, enter your real or commonly known name. Here you are being asked to enter the meeting passcode. This information can also be found in the email you received from your host or meeting coordinator. One of the real values of using Zoom is the ability to engage your computer camera. The camera allows the instructor and other students to see you. If you have a camera on your computer, click Join with Video. Some hosts control access to meetings. If you see this screen, then you are in the waiting area. Be patient and give the host a moment to admit you. Please do not leave the room at this time. Sometimes, the waiting area has been deactivated. In such case, you will be admitted to the room automatically. The next screen you will see is Join with Computer Audio. Unless you are given a telephone number to use, select Joining with Computer Audio. The microphone attached to your computer or built into your computer will be your communication device. This is the main screen of your Zoom meeting. The image on the left is my computer. You'll see the host here. The right side of the screen is another individual participating in the meeting. In some meetings with many participants, it may be difficult to see everyone at one time. On this main screen of the Zoom meeting, you have an opportunity to customize the way you view the meeting. In the upper right-hand corner of your screen, I have clicked the drop-down menu. There are two choices here: Speaker's View and Gallery View. The Speaker View only shows the person speaking. The Gallery View allows you to see all participants at one time. Select the view that works best for you. On this screen, the arrow is pointing to the mute button. Most hosts set up the meeting for participants to join meetings in mute mode. This way, if you're having a conversation with someone, then your conversation is not broadcast to everyone already in the meeting. This mute button is a toggle. It toggles from muted to unmuted. If you click on the caret to the right of the mute button, you will expose a pop-up menu. There are a number of settings here. You should be able to see the microphone and the speaker selected. On the next screen I'm going to select the audio setting option, indicated here on the pop-up menu. When you select Audio Settings from the pop-up menu, you have an opportunity to test your speakers and microphone. It's a really good idea to test those, especially if you're having any difficulty hearing other people talking, or if other people have trouble hearing you. Now the arrow is pointing to the Start and Stop Video button. This is a toggle button to start and stop video. By selecting the caret to the right side of the Start Stop Video toggle button, you'll see the camera that was selected. Now select the Video Settings option from the pop-up menu. If there are any problems with your video, your host may ask you to look at this screen to clarify any potential video problems. After clicking the Video Settings button, this is the screen you will see. The arrow here is pointing to the participant list. If you do not see a list of participants on the right side of the screen, you can turn on this feature. The arrow is pointing to the Participant List toggle button. Click it to expose the list of participants in the meeting with you. Now the arrow is pointing to the room chat. If you do not see this chat screen on the right side of the window, you can turn it on. The arrow is pointing to the chat button. Now you can see you have the opportunity to chat with others in the room. The default setting is to chat with everyone. If you want to share something with one individual in the classroom, select the individual from the drop-down list. This is activated by clicking the down arrow to the right of the word, Everyone. My recommendation is when in a public meeting like this, comments that are not supposed to be heard by everyone, should not be shared at all in this environment. Now the arrow is pointing to the Reactions button. If you click the Reactions button you get 6 options. If you have a question, the raised hand may be your best choice. Obviously, you have other reactions as well. These are very helpful for the speaker to know that you agree or not, or at least, to know you're still listening. Depending on the size and type of meeting, you may be directed to a breakout room. Your host controls this function. Your host may randomly and automatically assign you to a breakout room, or you may have the opportunity to select which breakout room you want to join. This note in the center of the screen indicates that your host has now randomly and automatically assigned you to a particular breakout room. Once you're in the breakout room, you should still see your host's slide presentation or desktop, depending on how your host is conducting the meeting. Once you're in the breakout room, you have the ability to invite the host to join your breakout room should you have any questions. Once you have invited the host, you will see this notification. This notification lets you know that the host has been invited. Once you see this, you don't have to keep clicking the Invite Host button. Next you will see a notification that the host has joined your breakout room. This is a great time to stop talking about your host. Be prepared to ask your question. This is especially important if you are in a meeting with many breakout rooms, as your host will be invited to many rooms in a very limited time frame. Once your work in the breakout room is completed, or you have run out of time, your instructor will close the breakout room and provide to you a notification that the room will automatically close in 60 seconds. When the time runs out, or you click a button on the screen to exit or leave the breakout room, you will receive this notification. This lets you know that you are being transferred out of the breakout room and back to the main training room. Thank you for watching this short training video. I hope this helps to get you started in making the most of your Zoom meeting.